Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Back in Wales today with Ash from Wheel Works Newtown. We've had the CT Race Worx bumper turn up yesterday. Ash has been kind enough to invite us down here so he can powder coat for us. Ash, welcome to the channel.
Yep.
Do you want to just go through what we're going to be doing today and what we've already done?
Yeah. So obviously we've got the CT Race Worx bumper. We've just had it back from the blasters. So we've got a little bit left to finish off on it. So some of the laser cutting's quite sharp, so we need to deaden that edge, otherwise we're going to have a real thin powder coat edge on it. As far as powder coat goes, we've been having problems with trying to get the right colour for the last, month?
Yeah.
So we've done a bit of translating on the American side to the UK colour codes, and we've decided to go with a RAL, what is it,
5005, yeah.
Which is a blue, which actually, if I've got the box down there, I haven't even opened it yet, to be fair. It could be red that's in there. So this is a standard RAL colour from, I ordered most of my powder from HMG. HMG, if you're listening, a discount, a bigger discount. Oh. Right, now we're in the workshop. Next part of the process for this bumper is to deaden off any of the laser cut edges. Like I explained before, that some of them are that sharp that the powder won't actually stick to the edge. So as it comes in, as it goes through the heat cycle, it starts drawing back. And you end up with a really thin edge, and that's where corrosion can set in and it starts peeling. So like some of the cheap garden furniture you buy always starts peeling on the edge, and that's the reason why. So, first thing you got to do, bang the gloves on. Like I say, you don't want any oily fingerprints on it or anything like that. Grab the DA, grab an 80 grit, and we just go around the edges with an 80 grit. Simple as that. So that bit of the process is done, all the edges are taken care of, which will protect it. Another thing I've done is just run over the face to get any light scratches out of it, or even any blast media that's stuck in the steel. So at the end of the day it does hit it at 110 psi, so if it gets stuck in the steel, I'll just free it off. Another reason to just drop over the top is the blast profile on it. Powder coat's not as thick as you think really, it's like 80-90 microns per coat. So I mean, this shouldn't be too bad because it's having two coats on it. It's having the zinc primer and then it's having the blood. But a single coat might not cover some of the blast profiles if it's quite heavy. So basically, essentially, what we're trying to do with the blasting is, if you think that's your standard surface, just a flat surface, and we're trying to create these little divots in, increasing the surface area as we go. So it's more for the powder to grab. What we don't want is these parts here being too close to the top of the powder. So the powder's going to sit on above like that, if that makes sense. So the next part of the process is obviously the powder coat side of things. So we need to get it in the oven and preheat it. I'm going to be doing what they called hot flocking on this because I want to try and get into every single corner without any Faraday problems or any powder coat. Or no, if you try to powder this cold, you're just going to have problems in all the tight corners. So I'll do it. So I'll preheat it now to about 200 degrees for half an hour, and then pull it out the oven, let it cool down to about 90, 100 degrees Celsius. And then I'll get the powder on it. Yeah, the powder side of things, I'm actually in the middle of expanding, so I'm having a bigger oven and stuff put in, so it's a bit of a mess where I'm powdering at the minute, just because everything's in the middle of it. But you know, Phil wanted it done today, so we do it today. That's what happens. So let's go. Let's get it done.
While Ash is preparing that, I just want to say thank you to Jacob at Ross Prints for doing the t-shirts and the cap. If anyone needs any printing doing, clothing, t-shirts, hats, hoodies, racewear, Jacob's also into his stock cars, so he does all the race gear. I'll leave a link in the description, just give him a shout if you need anything. Tell them where we are then.
Where are we then?
Where are we? Everyone's running now.
Everyone.
No. Do you want to go on? So while that's heating up, we've just nipped down to see Ollie Hunt on the bump stops, have a quick look round his rally car, and we've got another couple of nice motors here outside.
Finally back in the workshop after an hour's worth of dancing with Ollie Hunt from on the bump stops. So the next part of the process now, it's had plenty of time to heat up. We're going to get a Zinc Ridge primer on it and then move on to the blue after that. Let's go. Let's do this. Coated it cold, you just would not get the powder in there. It's all that covered, the welds are all protected. Yeah, that's the Zinc Ridge primer on now. As you can see, all the corners, all the welds are all protected. There's no way you'd have done that if you'd have tried to do it cold. You'd have had a Faraday cage all down the sharp edges. So sometimes hot flocking does come in handy. So let's get that back in the oven now. That'll go in for another 10 minutes just to let that bake off, and then we can get the blue on. Right, so it's been in for 10 minutes, we've pulled it out, we've let it cool down for exactly 7 minutes now, so let's go and get the blue on. That's the blue one, so we're back in there now for 15 minutes while we're waiting for that to cure. Get rid of this Smurf juice off me. So this is the finished article. Couple more things left to do just before it leaves the door. One's a quality check, so I need to just visually inspect, got all the corners, make sure there's no bare steel showing. The next one is, I mentioned earlier about the thickness of powder coat. So we're looking for a 90 micron per coat on this, so about 180 to 200 micron or so. We use the thickness gauge for that, and it's just a touch. So I'm happy with everything. Phil's happy with everything, hopefully. I mean, he can't really complain. It was free, so.
Yeah, I think it'll look great. It looks absolutely amazing. So anyone that needs any powder coating, come and see Ash at Wheel Works Newtown. He does everything for free, so you ain't got to worry about paying. Just bring it down to him, he'll do it. The bumper's designed to house a winch, so the next time you see it, we'll be doing an install video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.